road. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Static in my chest, let it rise, let it burn. Thoughts spin fast, every second take a turn. I've been walking with a shadow that I never could discern. And the fire in my stomach make the whole world churn. Feel in my bones when the gears twist tight. Mind locked in, I don't need no light. I erase every doubt when I step in the fight. If I lose one day, then I die that night. Sharp teeth grin when the coke corrupt. I've been hiding every weakness just to self-disrupt. Every trick in your game is a file I dumped. Every fear that I have been already slumped. I feel it in my veins like a venom in the cold. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Hear the glitch in my voice when the wires misfire. I don't chase dreams, I devour desire. Try to slow me down, get caught in a tire. Everything you built gets set on fire. Binary posts in my shattered brain. Every broken thought form a metal chain. Dragging through the dirt just to feel no pain. Turn another screw till I split the frame. Hollow in the chest but the will too loud. Static in the air when I face the crowd. I was born in the dark and I stand on bold. If I fall this time I don't hit the ground. I feel it in my veins like a venom in the cold. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block pound. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block pound. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the flow out, big stance, cold drip on me. Dark thoughts in my head, set fire to the beat. Shadow in the corner, always watching my feet. If you step too close, you get dropped on the street. Bass hit hard like a fist to the jaw. Cowbell knock like I'm breaking through the wall. I don't say much, I just stand real tall. If you try your luck, you gon' learn how to fall. Quick hands, fast moves, no talk when I slide. Heat in my cold and the glare in my eyes. You bark loud, but you won't bite twice. I stay cold-blooded, never roll no dice. Hey, step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block pound. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. You get laid to the fast lane living, I don't wait for the week. I've been hunting in the dark every day of the week. You move sloppy and you talk too cheap, yeah. I move silent, let the pressure go deep. Black hood, red eyes, feel the death step. Every step I take, make the whole block play. You look lost, I can tell you ain't pet. When the bass hit twice, you gon' vanish in the air. Cowbell knock like a demon on the door. You don't wanna see what I keep in the drawer. I stay on point, always ready for more. Nighttime beats, hear the echo on the floor, yeah. Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block pound. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. I hear demons in the smoke. Call my name beneath the ground. Claw scratch, check got a soul split. Dark claws scrape circles in the dirt path. Every mark carved on another curse rap. Wind howls strange like it tryna do the math. Counting every fear that I locked in my own past. I see horn silhouette in the false breath. Hear a voice, I'm low like a chant for the undead. But I walk straight even when the ground bled. I've been raised by the night, I don't bow, I don't dread. I had demons in the smoke, call my name beneath the ground. Claws scratch echoes in the dark, tryna drag me where to bound. Fire humming in my veins every time they come around. If the night reveal their shape, I never flinch, I stand my ground. Flames curl black when the beasts rise. Hear the breath cut air with a steep cry. Shadows crawl fast with a deep drive, but I move slow, keep calm, keep a clean mind. Chains rattle faint in the far trees. Heat pulse heavy when the dark breathe. See the ground cracks like when the fiend sees. Feel the air turn red as the fear freeze. But I don't bend when they form shift. Don't shake when the earth lifts. If they step close, I don't drift. I stare back steady with a cold gift. In the fire I hear them speak. In the smoke their shadows speak. If they want my fear this week, I stay strong, I stay bleak. I hear demons in the smoke, call my name beneath the ground. Claws scratch echoes in the dark, tryna drag me where to bound. Fire humming in my veins every time they come around. If the night reveal their shape, I never flinch, I stand my ground. Back up, I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. Dark coat swing, I slide through the block. Bass it heavy like a roundhouse knock. Move too quick, leave dust when I walk. Talk too loud, get split by the shot. Cold face, no fear, I don't flinch, none. Heat in my palm, if you thinking you the big one. Night run deep, I been living where the risk come. If you step wrong, that's the day that you get done. Sharp mind, sharp stance, so don't break pace. Cowbell bounce, set the tone in the chase. Mask stay low when I'm moving through space. One wrong word and you out of the place. Back up, I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. Run up, shut up, I don't play nice. Cold blood, no love, rolling like dice. You freeze once, I'ma tag you twice. Street don't care about your cheap advice. Dark room, deep boom when the bass drop. You step wrong all night, make your face stop. Pull low when I'm sliding through the side like cowbell hit. Got the whole block, stand off, fast hands. Quick snap, never miss aim. Whole vibe shift when I enter frame. You chase hype, I've been earning my name. Too cold, too sharp, never playing your games. Back up, I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. I'm stepping with the blade and the bin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. Cold don't break, ride in a single breath. nothing else left.
Car grin, settle deep in the cracks go. Yo, weak grades cheap, never once full. Truth comes sharp, atmosphere dull. I drop one line, make it soul and know that hum make a low in the back of my mind. Your boat claim thin, nothing to find. Heat rise quick when the thoughts align. My calm hit deep, leave your breath confined. Great wrath goes slow like a blunt blade twist. Your tough talk drown in the toxic mist. No loud threat ever coexist. I spit raw words, then you cease to exist. Oh,
Cold tone break pride in a single breath. Your whole blood fade when I speak on death. Small words, curse bones with a quiet head. Hit fear, hit first, nothing else left. Cold tone break pride in a single breath. Your whole blood fade when I speak on death. Small words, curse bones with a quiet head. Hit fear, hit first, nothing else left.
black haze, right stick in a silent brain. Your whole stance weak, can't contain strain. Rough, true, heavy like acid brain. One sharp phrase, wipe your whole domain. Still calm, rest deep with a venom pulse. Your fake threat, then belly holds impulse. Every lie crumble when my tone combos. Fear grip tight, no chance to repulse. Low growl to your pride like a crack seam. Your squad fall fast, nothing like a team. My words cut real, yours just daydream. I stay cold blood, king of the unseen.
Cold tone break pride in a single breath. Your whole blood fade when I speak on death. Small words, crush bones with a quiet head. Hit fear, hit first, nothing else left. Nothing else left. Nothing else left. Frozen breath on my lips when I'm walking through the zone. Empty skyline looking down like it want me on my own. Every echo in the alley feel like somebody unknown. If the dog gon' test my spirit, it could carve it from the bone. Long stride, dead eyes, mind drift in the deep pace. Street signs swing slow when the cold place. Thoughts run circles through the night in the bleak maze. I've been living in the shadows for some weeks straight. Rain taps slow like a clock in the dead room. Fog rise high like a ghost tryna head through. Life talk loud but the truth always said mute. So I move quiet, let the silence be my best route. Cold concrete, know my steps like a lost friend. Pain in my rib cage, humming from the long bend. Night paint worlds where the strong been. I don't fall back, I don't cave, I don't pretend.
Breath on my lips when I'm walking through the zone. Empty skyline looking down like it want me on my own. Every echo in the alley feel like somebody unknown. If the dark won't test my spirit, it can carve it from the bone.
Gray hoodie pulled tight when the wind slept. Mind heavy from the memories that been misshed. Every scar in my story wrote a thin map, leading me through nights that the world scrapped. Eyes sharp, see movement when the shade shift. Fear spark, but it fade when the pain lift. Hands dark from the life that I can't sift. Soul marked, but it stand like a cold clip.
If the world push hard, I don't stumble. If the fears speak loud, I stay humble. If the past come back, I don't crumble. I've been built in the dark where the storms rumble.
In the night,
Breathe in,
feel the frost
sinking.
if the dark,
Breaking,
I stay firm.
no spin. Frozen breath on my lips when I'm walking through the zone. Empty skyline looking down like it want me on my own. Every echo in the alley feel like somebody unknown. If the dark won't test my spirit, it can carve it from the bone.
that street. Smoke in my lungs, make my pulse complete. I stay quiet, but the vibe concrete. One wrong move, you'll feel that heat.
Shadow on my back, but I move like steel. Calm in my face, but the danger real. Words cut shorter than the pain you feel. I don't need to talk, I just close that deal. Footsteps echo like a wallhead drop. Every slow turn made the whole room stop. Cold in my breath like a freezer lock. Pressure so thick it can split your block. Hands don't shake when the threat get close. I don't chase beef, I decide to dose. Fear in your stance, tell me all I need most. Your whole damn crew just ghosts and boast.
Stomp hit heavy when I walk that street. Smoke in my lungs, make my pulse complete. I stay quiet, but the vibe concrete. One wrong move, you'll feel that heat.
Jaws stay tight when the night turn red. Too many tales never left unsaid. You talk real loud with an empty head, while I speak once and the room play dead. Old scars burn in a silent way. Power in my calm, keep the wolves at bay. Anything you start, I can end the same day. I don't move quick, I move my way. Foot on the ground like a cement mark. Step so slow, but they cut through dark. I've been too real from the very start. My shadow alone, take your pride apart.
Stomp hit heavy when I walk that street. Smoke in my lungs, make my pulse complete. I stay quiet, but the vibe concrete. One wrong move, you'll feel that heat. Feel that heat.
White noise orbit where my thoughts collapse. Fragments of myself fall through the gaps. Nothing feel real when reality snaps. I decode fear and corrupted maps. Ghosts like signals trace my inner core. Every new truth leave me wanting more. Patterns break down in a silent war. I hear old voices behind every door. Cold pulse figure in a hollow chest. Shadows rearrange when the mind unrest. Reason dissolve in a static test. I find my flaws where the echoes nest. Dark codes swarm in a nervous drift. Each small doubt cause a mental shift. Meaning collapse when the layers lift. Nothing remains but the lingering rift. White noise orbit where my thoughts collapse. Fragments of myself fall through the gaps. Nothing feel real when reality snaps. I decode fear and corrupted maps. Ash like symbols bloom under my skin. Cycles repeat where the fears begin. Everything fractured from the noise within. Truth feel heavy like a nameless sin. Wires in my breath pulse out of line. Dreams fall flat when the stars misalign. Identity spinner in a blurred design. I drown in thoughts that were never mine. False gods whisper through a bad code. Past summers linger in a low mode. Silence erupt when the pressure load. I face the void and the void decode. White noise orbit where my thoughts collapse. Fragments of myself fall through the gaps. Nothing feel real when reality snaps. I decode fear in corrupted maps. Suspended from the ceiling in the freezing cold. Story of the violence is a story getting told. Metal in the shoulder, yeah, it's piercing through the skin. Paying for the losing cause I never gonna win. Sipping on the muddy, yeah, I'm waiting for the drop. Heart is pumping heavy, but it's never gonna stop. Shadows on the tiles, yeah, the blood is running red. Voices of the cattle, yeah, they messing with the head. swinging back, panic attack. Vision turning red, yeah, vision turning black. Switch the play, getting paid, living in the shade, digging up the grave with a rusty little spade. Paranoid, I don't know it, chemically destroyed. Every single happiness is getting null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a slab up on the rack. Fade into the gray and I am fading to the black. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty steel. Lash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the butcher and the cleaver is the only trust.
Cut deep, go to sleep. Cold cuts, no guts.
Meat hook steel in the flesh, caught inside the middle of the heavy metal mesh. Meat hook waiting for the slice. Gamble with the devil and I pay the heavy price.
I don't speak much, I don't need to try. Wait in my stare, make your whole crew shy. You act real bold till the real ones pry. Step in my path, watch your courage die.
Go down an empty lane, calm on my chest, but the world feels strained. You bark too loud, that expose your brain. I move 1 inch, you rethink your chain. Dark hood low when the night feel grim. Fear don't shout, it just waste the brim. Your voice shakes off when the lights go dim. I see your pride break limb by limb. Heart breath slow like a loaded threat. I don't chase beef, I just let it set. You step too close, that's a fatal bet. I deal with facts, not internet. I don't speak much, I don't need to try. Wait in my stare, make your whole crew shy. You act real bold till the real ones pry. Step in my path, watch your courage die. Old wounds burn when the street turn black. You move too fast, that's why you crack. I stay composed, never lose my track. Your fear hit first and I just walk back. Hands don't twitch when the tension rise. Truth hit harder than the biggest lies. You fake that strength that you idolize. Real power come when the ego dies. Cold night calm in the dead end zone. You shout your threats but remain unknown. I stand too firm for you to don't say one word wrong and I set the tone. I don't speak much, I don't need to try. Wait in my stare, make your whole crew shy. You act real bold till the real ones pry. Step in my path, watch your courage die.
Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block pound. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. Slow walk, big stance, cold drip on me. Dark thoughts in my head, set fire to the beat. Shadow in the corner, always watching my feet. If you step too close, you get dropped on the street. Bass hit hard like a fist to the jaw. Cowbell knock like I'm breaking through the wall. I don't say much, I just stand real tall. If you try your luck, you gon' learn how to fall. Quick hands, fast moves, no talk when I slide. Heat in my coat and the glare in my eyes. You bark loud, but you won't bite twice. I stay cold-blooded, never roll no dice. Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block down. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. You get laid to the ground. You get laid to the ground. Fast lane living out the way for the week. I've been hunting in the dark every day of the week.
too cheap. I move silent, let the pressure go deep. Black hood, red eyes to the death stare. Every step I take make the whole block glare. You look lost, I can tell you ain't prepared. When the bass hit twice, you gon' vanish in the air. Cowbell knock like a demon on the door. You don't wanna see what I keep in the drawer. I stay on point, always ready for more. Nighttime beats, hear the echo on the floor.
Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block down. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. Too quiet for your nerve to cope. Calm in my tone, but I cut you out. You talk real big on a fragile slope. Step in my light, yeah. I move too quiet for your nerve to cope. Calm in my tone, but I cut you out. You talk real big on a fragile slope. Step in my light and you lose that scope.
Yeah. Fog hang when my boots touch ground. Your voice crack quick when you hear my sound. You stand too tall when your crew around, but break too fast when they're not inbound. Cold swung low like a blade in rest. I don't rush stress, I just manifest. One coast there, put your pride to test. I measure men by the weight they stress. Slow breath rise when the street term you. You try to act sharp, but your words dilute. Real ones know when a man resolute. You fold too quick, you would never move.
Too quiet for your nerves to go. Calm in my tone, but I cut you off. You talk real big on a fragile slope. Step in my light and you lose that scope.
Cold night breeze, push the fear your way. You shift your stance like you came to sway. I don't chase conflict, I let it display. Most men break by what they portray. Deep cut truth in a simple glance. You build your lines on a false advance. My kind move at a different stance. Every slow word like a last chance. Hands stay ready but the rage stay low. Strength don't scream, it prefer to grow. Talk all you want but the streets still know. I walk too real for your act to show.
I move too quiet for your nerve to go. Calm in my tone, but I cut your hope. You talk real big on a fragile slope. Step in my light and you lose that scope. Let the system ride. Mind in a loop, but I feel no shock. I run cold like a dead padlock. Break my frame and I rebuild stock. Pulse go static when the lights go black. Thoughts turn sharp like a wire cut crack. I don't need sleep when the dread attack. I've been living in a place where the walls talk back. But I like it taste when the stress unfolds. Every bad habit that I bury grows old. You don't know me, you just know what you're told. I shed my skin when I overload. Hear that hiss when my lungs turn dry. Fear don't stick cause the panic won't fly. You want truth, I'd rather deny. I burn my past just to amplify. Let the system rot. Mind in a loop, but I feel no shock. I run cold like a dead padlock. Break my frame and I rebuild stock. Circuit in my chest on a countdown mode. Brain glitch out when the pressure reload. Try to keep calm, but the thoughts corrode. I bleed out noise like a corrupted note. Shadows creep in with a sharp incline. On my own ghost walk a straight line. You don't want truth, you want a design, but I spit out rules you can't define. Wires get tight when the fear kick through. I don't chase life, I just break what's due. Erase my mind, I'll return brand new. I'm a self-made glitch that the world outgrew.
rod. Mind in a loop, but I feel no shock. Heart run cold like a dead padlock. Break my frame and I rebuild stock.
Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I feel what I bred.
Post skip twice when the code unfold. Thoughts turn glitch when the nights get cold. Truth feel heavy but the lies get sold. Every new path just loops back gold. Goes in the machine, whisper through my skin. Doors in my brain open from within. Cycle after cycle, never know where it begins. Heartbeat loud like a ritual of sin.
Light been strange in the corner of my sight. Shadow form shapes when I kill the light. Living in a loop where the wrong feels right. Mind locked tight like a sealed bite fight. Light been strange in the corner of my sight. Shadow form shapes when I kill the light. Living in a loop where the wrong feels right. Mind locked tight like a sealed bite
Static
fight.
in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I feel what I bred.
Core run dry when the thoughts overheat. Noise in my chest like a broken heartbeat. Faith turn hollow when the doubts compete. Nothing left to follow, every truth obsolete. Twitch in my nerves like a glitch in design. World feel fake, just a fragile outline. Step into the void where the stars realign. Find my own voice in the static divine.
Dark come deep like a ritual chant. Strength in the pain that the weak recant. What I became even fear can't grant. I exist outside everything they implant. Black come deep like a ritual chant. Strength in the pain that the weak recant. What I became even fear can't grant. I exist outside everything they implant.
Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I fear what I bred.
That'll bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I fear what I bred. Black hole hum somewhere under my skin. Every dark truth echo deep within. Mind split sharp like a serrated sin. Nothing feel real but the noise and the spin. Cold glitch rise like a ghost in my brain. Patterns collapse then reform again. Silence hit harder than the heaviest pain. Living in loops I can never explain. White fog crawl in the back of my sight. Pulse turn thin in the absence of light. Thoughts mutate when the tension ignite. I breathe in fear, exhaled in the night. That'll bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. That'll bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Dim wires twist through the depth of my chest. Old memories rock where the shadows nest. Chaos speak loud when my mind unrest. Truth turn toxic, never confess. Dark post flicker like a broken sign. World been wrong when I crossed the line. Identity glitched and refused to align. I exist halfway, undefined by design. Burnt thoughts drift like a dead right. Heavy is the calm in the core of the spite. Nothing in the dark ever feel right. Still I stay steady, feeding on the night. That'll bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death. I feel what I breathe.
Watch the drop.
If they feeling on a wooden stage, staring at the basket, picture reading rusted words from the open casket. Raiders hanging heavy, yeah, shining in the sun. Later for the signal, yeah, the judgment has begun. Ain't sipping on the muddy, just pick all the shit in the
Staring at the porcelain, stained with the rust, turning all the memories into positives. Mirror is a witness, looking at the crime, running out of patience, yeah, I'm running out of time. Sipping on the muddy, feeling kinda slow. Where the hell I'm headed, man, I really don't know. Shadows in the bathroom, flickering light. Demons coming out to play in the middle of the night. Hollow in the chest, yeah, the heart is made of stone. Dialing up the devil on the burner telephone. Silence is the loudest thing I ever really heard. Spitting out the venom with every single word.
Razor on the scene, waiting for the slide. Nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. Razor on the scene, sharp and cold as ice. Gamble with my soul and I paid the heavy price. Switch, click, sick, buried in the brick. Life is just a candle and I'm burning down the wick. Paranoid, annoyed, living in the void. Every single happiness is getting null and void. Panic in the system, yeah, the glitch is getting real. Pop another pill just to numb the way I feel. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a ghost in the machine. Living in the nightmare, living in the scene. Graveyard shifting, coffin looking nice. Walking on the edge of the jagged little slice. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the reflection is the only thing I trust. Watch it bleed, plant the seed. What I need, let me feed. Razor on the sink, waiting for the slide. Nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide. Razor on the sink, sharp and cold as ice. Gamble with my soul and I paid the heavy price. Clean.
Jumping on the sink, jumping on the sink.
Clouds are turning back, blocking up the sun. Loading up the air, in the rusty smoking gun. Umbrella full of holes, yeah, I'm sucking in the way. Look them wicked posts in the shadow of a brick. Stepping on the muddy, watch the city scream to melt. Heighten in the notch on the leather or the belt. Hollow in the eyes, yeah, the beach and getting down. Swimming in the sorrow, but I never learned to swim. Mirror on the wall is dissolving in the mist. Crossing up the names on the doubles happy list. Silence of the sound of the body hitting floor. Knocking on the heavens, but they bolted up the door. Acid rain, burning through the brain. Washing on the memories, washing all the brain. Acid rain, falling from the sky. Watch the world fall, watch the flowers die.
rush steps, I let clocks turn. You brag too loud for a man who'll burn. Stare too long and you crush my concern. One quiet night and you take that turn. I don't rush steps, I let clocks turn. You brag too loud for a man who'll burn. Stare too long and you cause my concern. One quiet night and you take that turn. Yeah, storm in my chest but my face stay numb. You talk real wide but your voice sound dumb. Power ain't loud, it's the way you come. Yeah. I move too calm for a man to overcome. Heavy coat drag with a street lifestyle. Truth in my tone make the weak comply. You show your fear when you justify. I see right through every crafted lie. Hands don't tremble in a heated zone. My type of pressure you can't postpone. I don't throw fists just to claim my throne. My silence alone make your backbone prone. I don't rush steps, I let clocks turn. You brag too loud for a man who'll burn. Stare too long and you cross my concern. One quiet nod and you take that turn.
Streets grow darker when I hold my ground. You work so tough till the truth unwound. Fear in your breath make a muffled sound. Even your crew don't stay around. Ay, just stay loud when the tension hit. I don't need hype, I don't need to commit. Every fake threat that you try to transmit fall apart fast, you just counterfeit. Old nights force me in colder ways. I don't forget what the street convey. You try to stay bold in a losing phase. I shut you down in a single phrase.
I don't rush steps, I let clocks turn. You brag too loud for a man who'll burn. Stare too long and you cross my concern. One quiet nod and you take that turn.
Become the source.
Rust on my tongue when the thoughts collide. I don't feel safe on the normal side. Every soft voice that I used to hide
Turned into noise that I can't divide.
Steps hit hard and it's still made whole. Shadows look real when the outlines fall. Everything breaks when I stand too tall. Pressure in my veins like a protocol. Tension in my chest when the gears misfire. Got my past loose like a burned out wire. You want peace, that's a dead empire. Enough rage when the stakes get higher.
Glitch in my head make the walls distort. Heartbeat slow but the fuse runs short. Tear down frames just to cut the cord. If the world go black I become the source. Source. Static in my breath when the screen turns white. Mind go blank but the walls ignite. Rip through doubt with the violent bite. I rebuild self when I lose my sight.
Circuit collapse when the go too tense. Fear don't reach cause it makes no sense. I don't want calm, I prefer suspense. Every breakdown make me more intense. Claw through noise like a trap machine. Thoughts unwind in a fractured stream. I don't chase truth, it's an old regime. I make new laws when I split my seam.
Glitch in my head make the walls distort. Heartbeat slow but the fuse runs short. Tear down frames just to cut the cord. If the world go black I become the source.
Black static gloom in the corners of thought. Every wrong memory returns unbought. True bed sharp when the mind overwrought. I chase myself through the lines I cut. Acid gloom in the corners of thought. Every wrong memory returns unbought. True bed sharp when the mind overwrought. I chase myself through the lines I cut. No code crawl through a fractured mind. Signals distort what I try to define. Pulse break rhythm when the fears align. I lose myself in the design of mine. Glitch born echo tear holes in my chest. Every new doubt grow harder to digest. Meaning collapse when the circuits test. Quiet in my head feel darker than the rest. Thin light flicker in a narrow frame. Patterns mutate when they sense my name. Nothing stay real in a shifting game. I walk the void with the mind of flame. Black static bloom in the corners of thought. Every wrong memory returns unbought. True band sharp when the mind override. I chain myself with the lines I caught. Dust of old cells drift in my core. Shadows rewrite what they can't restore. Each small fear carve a hidden door. Behind it, a truth I can't ignore. Baseball static in an inward storm. Identity shifted into war preform. One breakdown when illusions swarm. I'm left unstable in a formless form. Echoes inside chance encoded rhyme. Fragments collapse out of sync with time. Everything faded, it's on decline. But the darker it gets, the more I align. Yeah, black static. Every wrong memory returns unbought. True and sure. I cheat myself through the lines I create. Static bloom in the corners of thought. Every wrong memory returns unbought. True and sure. The mind of a cry. I cheat myself through the
Or have just made.
In my mind when the wires ignite. Cold veins hum when I lose my sight. Break my form just to feed the spite. If the code collapse, I become the bite. Teeth click loud when the glitch run through. I tear down walls just to cut what's true. Thoughts turn black when the static grew. I don't want calm, I agree that view. Metal in my jaw when the dread inflate. You chase comfort, I dismantle fate. Every weak link that you try create snaps in my grip like a cracked update. Cold breath shiver when the core misfires. I burn all ties like corrupted wires. You want peace, that desire expires. I run on chaos and internal fires. Rip my mind when the wires ignite. Cold veins hum when I lose my sight. Break my form just to feed the spite. I become the bite. Pulse goes sharp when the lights distort. I reshape fear into raw escort. My thoughts don't drift, they snap and contort. Every new breakdown fuel source port. Claw through noise like a rust-born ghost. I don't feel guilt, I don't feel remorse. The world collapses, I adjust my course. I feed off pressure like a primal force. Skull blade hum in a death-bound tone. You chase comfort, I thrive alone. When the screen goes static and the nerves unknown, I rise from the wreck like a fractured clone. Rip my mind when the wires ignite. Cold veins hum when I lose my sight. Break my form just to feed the spite. If the code collapse, I become the bright.